questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on even deep diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch along, still the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South, they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
Yo, big up everyone. In fact, can you hear me, Jesse?
Yeah, man.
Right, good. It's gone smoothly today. I'm happy. Big up everyone. This is obviously the live match reaction to our 2-1 defeat against Liverpool yesterday. No one of a lie. I'm still peed off about this. It's that no. Me and JC were talking for the game, and we said, listen, if we were gonna lose this game, it would be a case where we rather get battered than have hope. And it's the hope that kills you. The hope absolutely killed us yesterday. Because you know what? For 75 minutes, we were absolutely brilliant. You know, a side like Liverpool, with the stars that they have, with the injuries that we had, the players playing out of positions, you've got a centre back and centre mid, you've got no natural 10, you know, with all of that going against us. And then don't forget, within the game, added injuries. For 75 minutes, we applied ourselves professionally. We reacted to the nonsense on Wednesday. And there was a togetherness that we know, because Sellers Park is a fortress. When you deep it, we may not get the results, but it's never there's rarely a case where we're bad. It's just more so that other teams are maybe just better, you know.
I disagree. I think we are pretty dreadful most of the time.
No,
normally the atmosphere is good.
Yeah,
but it's the performance on the pitch that let us down. That's normally what it is at Sellers Park, in my opinion. I think we actually sometimes we played a better football away from home until recent time.
It's interesting you say that, because I thought like away from home we go and set up our banks and then whatever happens happens. But Sellers, like, even if it's a game where it might not be going our way, we always would have a period of time where we've got pressure at Sellers. But this season wasn't the case. You know what I mean? This season wasn't the case. Now, let's go into the decision. Now, granted, listen, I've been able to sleep on it. And I do want to say that, yes, we got the worst of the decisions, in my opinion. But I think the refereeing in general was just terrible for both sides. You know, but I think we were affected by it more. Yeah. So what was first? It was
a disallowed goal. That's what it was.
The disallowed penalty, wasn't it?
Endo was struggling all game, man.
He was.
You saw he even got hacked off at half time because of how bad he was.
Yeah.
He's so out of his depth in that Liverpool team. If a team like us that's got no press whatsoever, let's be real, our press is dead compared to other teams. If bro was getting pressed so much that he had to resort to diving and handballing just to stop us from pressing you, to stop Will Hughes, Nate will like this one, and bro turns slower than a 468 bus. Yeah? If you have to dive and handball, and then the VAR have to spend 21 times looking at any way to disallow that challenge, then he's just out of his depth in that Liverpool team completely, isn't he? And Klopp definitely knew that because he hacked him off as soon as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked back at the Hughesy one, and I think it's more so the contact with his right leg. I think that's what they've given it for.
I in my opinion, when I watched it back, I thought the second Endo, because he turned to try and turn away from Hughes, didn't he? I think when he turned, he misplaced his foot a bit and he started going down. And the fact that Hughes ran into the back of him as well, that's what they ruled it out for. But I think he was already on his way down. I don't think that's a foul at all. Because he body checked him, he was sort of going down, and then he snatched it for his legs, didn't touch the man at all. So, I think that's
I guess it is all down to interpretation.
perception.
That one,
yeah.
That one was definitely down to interpretation.
But that stat of Madley is just ringing in my head. Liverpool have never lost or even drawn while he is refereeing a Liverpool game. So if you can't tell me that's something like corruption, then I don't know what is.
Sorry, I've just seen this. I've seen this come up, and I thought I'll just say, normally when you address comments later, I've got to get this out of the way. Big up, Jamie. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Hope your family's good. In isolated incidents, right? If one of your players gets a yellow card for the challenge that Ayew made, you lot will be fuming. No one's saying it's not a foul. Like, we were happy to say, listen, that's a foul. All right. But for him to receive a yellow for it was outrageous, in my personal opinion. And I won't speak for JC. Then I've been hearing the fact that, but we were on the break. I mean, I wouldn't really call it a break. And you know what? When you get booked for fouling someone on the break, normally it's for something cynical. This was literally, it was almost shoulder to shoulder. Maybe, I think it was Elliot was just slightly ahead of him. So it wasn't a cynical, it was like a genuine attempt for the ball. What the referee should have done is go and have a word with him and say, okay, that's your...
I think if you see how close to the ball Ayew got, you could clearly tell he was going for the ball. He's not trying to get the man. I think that's what you could say 100%. He's gone for the ball. It's not cynical. If anything, it's shoulder to shoulder. And the Liverpool players, he's played for it, hasn't he? The Liverpool players played for it, and he's got lucky, and they've paid Madley a nice little bonus. So he went, ooh, that's a second yellow.
What you do is you go to Ayew and say, listen, you're on a booking, yeah? Like, you got to be careful here. That will be good refereeing. And then if he makes a challenge after that, we can't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say nothing. Because when you look at it, and big up Uncle Rod, I'll see you in the back. We're going to bring you up in a minute. When you look at this, the first yellow card, that's stupid from Ayew, personally. Yes, it didn't hit him, but the new rules are they're really trying to clamp down on you stopping a quick free kick. That's been said for all teams.
Yeah, no one's complaining about that yellow card.
No one's complaining.
Second yellow.
It's just that second yellow, which I don't. Any given time, that's not a foul. That's not a yellow card, because then if you're going to attribute that to being a yellow card, then I think Endo made 3 or 4 fouls. I can't remember if he got booked. Kanate made about 3 or 4.
Kanate done the same foul 3 times in 3 minutes and didn't get booked, but then Hughes done it once and got booked straight away.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to give the Ayew one a yellow, there's so many more players that should have been yellow carded. 17 fouls apiece. We received 9 if you include Hodgson, because obviously that's probably for dissent and stuff. And Liverpool received 1 yellow card. And it's not consistent. 17 fouls apiece. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, one yellow in the 88th.
Yo. All right, Rod. You know what? Let's hear your thoughts.
Man got Jamaican flag in the background and that. What? I saw you. I got a brother. Way up on the king.
Big up, Uncle Rod. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Good. All right, we've addressed the first penalty that we were given that was overturned. I can see why it was overturned now. Just looking at replays, JC still thinks it's a bit soft, which is fair enough. What's your takes on it? Like, do you think, clear foul, ref, good decision?
I've seen him given, then I haven't seen him given. You know what I mean? So that's why I stand with that. I mean, the good thing is that in the day, sort of like, VAR seem to have done their job in some sort of way. Because even like when you got the penalty in the day, right, that was like 5 minutes after. So basically, they was checking. and they said, yeah, you know, well, that's a penalty. Do you know what I mean? And he got the penalty. You know what I mean? Even that situation, and I've seen him given, I've seen him not given. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where I stand on that. Do you know what I mean? And that situation, I've seen them given, I've seen them not given. You know what I mean? It may be a bit soft, but if you're saying it's a bit soft, however, it's still a foul. Do you know what I mean? And if it's a foul leading up to sort of like a penalty, do you know what I mean? You have to bring it back, check the foul. If it's a foul, you wipe it out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you? Yeah? 2 things I've got to say about Ayu at the end of the day, right? Is this. The first one was a yellow card, yeah? Right? We can all agree on that, can't we?
Mhm.
It's the first one in the card. What you do, if you're, is it Jordan Ayu? His name is Jordan Ayu?
Mhm.
What you do if you're him, you're on a yellow card, you have to be squeaky clean for the rest of the game. Don't care about anybody else, you be squeaky clean for the rest of the game. So don't go into any tackles that could be perceived at the end of the day as a foul or that can lead on to a yellow card. Do not give the referee any excuse to brand this a yellow card. Do you know what I mean? Because you're already 1 goal up. Do you know what I mean? You're about to do something in there that probably hasn't been done in a long while. Do you know what I mean? You need to use your head and literally and they say, look, you know what? I'm going to sort of like be squeaky clean because, all right, the other day against Fulham, Endo got a yellow card in the game and the day, right? And what he did from that time on, he remained squeaky clean. You never heard nothing from him. He was just squeaky clean. And that's what you got to do. When you're on a yellow card, you have to be clean. You cannot be in a situation, right, that could be interpreted for a yellow card. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Yellow card may have been harsh, yeah? But don't put yourself in that situation. That's what I'm saying with Jordan Ayew. Do not put yourself in that situation because you're already on a yellow card. Do you know what I mean? Just let him go. Just let him go and everything and let your defenders deal with it. See if your defenders can stop him. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't try a challenge at the day that could be perceived at the day as a foul. And you know if there's a foul in there, sometimes referees will call you over and say, look, you know, you're only a yellow card and everything that, right? X, Y, and Z and everything that. But sometimes referees won't do that. Sometimes referees will just brand this yellow card and you're off. You cannot give referees at the day sort of an excuse because we all know, because we were talking about the other day, Rich, we all know at the day referees are inconsistent. Do you know what I mean? They're not consistent in the Premiership. Do you know what I mean? And we want to see consistency. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you know what I mean? So with that in mind and everything, that you have to use your head and say, look, and I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm not going to have the referee say anything to me until the end of the game. And that is like, good game, mate. You played well or you didn't play well. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Right. You have to stay in situations.
What I'm going to caveat this with now is that I think now, what do you call it? Madley has put himself, not only him, but the ref of the refereeing union in a position now. Because let's look at, let's say, Jota. I believe Jota got 2 yellows against Spurs.
Yeah.
But obviously, the second foul he got, it was very, very cynical.
Yeah.
How that even.
Well, right? Sorry to cut across it. The second foul.
The first one wasn't a foul, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
The second one, knowing he was on the yellow card, was a very silly, cynical challenge. That was cynical. We've now Jordan Ayew, and there's probably other players. Jordan Ayew has now gone into the same bracket as what Jota is. Different type of tackles made. But this is what I'm saying. In future, it's going to be a problem. I saw the Villa game straight afterwards. There were worse fouls than that.
Yeah.
There were worse fouls than that. And I'm sure I'm hearing Romero should have been sent off today as well.
What?
You know,
brother, the tackle he did today and everything that, and they didn't say nothing to him, blood. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like
we didn't get booked or nothing.
You didn't get booked. I don't think you got booked. You didn't know.
So now this is it. You got booked for something very soft, by the way.
Yeah.
And Romero didn't get speaking. This is what I'm saying. The referees have they've caused a big problem here. A massive, massive problem. And I think the reason why we're so aggrieved is because, not saying we would have won the game, because you're a very good side, Liverpool. But for 75 minutes, we were doing our jobs. And doing our job well. to keep Salah and Diaz quiet, and don't forget, it was Ward and Klein. So to keep that caliber of player quiet, yeah, we were doing so well.
You was.
So
You were better than what
I
I thought.
think 11v11, we're walking away with at very least a draw.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. I think to myself, and then when I looked at how when I watched the game, I looked at how you played. You played better than what I thought you would have played. Because remember we was discussing the night before, and then and like both obviously me and you, we didn't have a good outcome for sort of like Crystal Palace. So for Crystal Palace to play like that the next day and everything, that was like, yeah, do you know what I mean? You know, you played better. But this is always going to be a problem at the end of the day with referees. It's always going to be a problem. Not just a problem with us when it happens to us, not when just a problem when it happens to you guys or anybody else. It's always going to be a problem because what it is at the end of the day, there's no consistency. And I've always said that, I want to see at the end of the day, if you give a red card at the end of the day for somebody 1 week at the end of the day, right, for a tackle at the day, right, and somebody else does that tackle at the end of the day, sort of like next week or even a game after, I want to see the same red card. You know what I mean? But we're not seeing that. So really, we as fans, football fans here today, right, don't know where we're coming and going. You know what I mean? Because you know what happened is this in the day, right? Some other referees, right? This is the thing now. Some other referees in the day, even when Jordan Ayew and they sort of obstructed him, right? Some other referees would have said, like, come here, mate, don't do that again. You should get a yellow card. Yeah? Some referees would have done that. Even with, like, the second one, they would have said, like, listen, I told you before, calm down and think that. If you don't, I'm going to give you a yellow card. I have to give you a yellow card. This is your final warning. Some referees do that. But then you get another referee that was just like, branch red, yellow card straight away. Yellow card straight away. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no consistency, you know what I mean? Whether we think the sort of like the foul or the obstruction and whether we think we're soft or whether we think it's hard and everything that, there's just no consistency. And I've been saying this for a long time. Do you know what I mean? And like what happens at the day is like, say, whenever sort of like, if I say it as a Liverpool fan, if I say it to certain people in front, they think I'm crying. They think I'm crying. They think I'm being salty. But they only realize that when it happens to them. Do you know what I mean? And then they see at the day, oh well, yes, there is no consistency. Do you understand what I'm saying? In order to make the game better, there needs to be consistency. If you're gonna give, you give Jordan Ayew 2 yellow cards yesterday, yeah, right? I want to see the same next week. I want to see the same next week. No, that's what I want to do. I want to see the same next week. No matter what game it is, if it's mine or yours, Tottenham, Man United, whoever, I want to see the same next week. Then we know at the end of the day the game's going the right way. But we don't know where we're coming and going. We literally don't know where we're coming and going because at the end of the day, certain decisions can give him 1 week and then certain decisions can give him the next week and then from that. And then like we as fans at the day feel aggrieved. We feel aggrieved at the end of the day because, you know.
Yeah, just one last question for you before we move on to the comments. Look, you were completely robbed against Spurs.
Yeah.
Klopp then came out and he had some very harsh words. And that led to, obviously, Down in England can't referee any of your games. So that's special privilege for you. But do you feel like you're starting to now get decisions you shouldn't be getting based on that incident?
No. And if we are, that's their fault, not ours, because at the end of the day, right, they should get it right in the first place. Look at Mikel Arteta come out and said, like, when that all the situation up in Tottenham, Mikel Arteta come out and said, like, oh, you know, we have to back the referees. Referees only human, they all make mistakes and blah 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 blah. Until it happened to him at Newcastle, when the ball was clearly out, yeah, and they got crossed back in and resulted in a goal, which should have blown it because it was out. Then he had some harsh words to say about sort of like the referees this, the referees that, and blah 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? You know, so I don't think at the day we're getting the decisions. favourable decisions, and people might disagree with me. Do you know what I mean? Which they're quite welcome to, because it's their opinion. Do you know what I mean? Because we all got opinions. But I don't think we're getting favourable decisions. I think probably at the day we're probably getting the right decisions. Decisions at the day, sort of like if we got that against Tottenham and everything that right, we're unbeaten. Do you know what I mean? You know, even sort of like against Newcastle, that was like a soft penalty, and you got an instant red card. And then what happened at the day, sort of like one of the fourth officials said, "Just get off the field, just get off the field." To Virgil van Dijk. Virgil said, "Well, you talking to F you in the day, right?" Not only did he get an extra game ban, yeah, he gets $100 grand fine, yeah. Haaland the other day, right? When that decision didn't go for them, and then when it was clean through and he pulled it back and that, yeah. Haaland and they went straight up to the referee, started shouting at the referee and all sorts, yeah, right? After the game, straight into the dressing room, tweeted on the sort of like on Twitter and it was like how much of a rubbish referee this guy was and everything that, right? Nothing happened to him. All that happened to Man City is they got fined at the day for crowding the referee. That's all. Do you understand what I'm getting at? So
yeah, we know how it is with City though. But
yeah,
they've
but
got
you
115
understand what I'm getting at? So like, what I'm trying to say at the day is this at the day, right? Until we can see right consistencies across the board and everything, then we can make our decision on like, well, who's getting favourable decisions and who's not getting favourable decisions. Because at the end of the day, now it's just up and down. It's just like this person's getting this, that person's getting that. City's not getting nothing done to them at the end of the day, right? And we're not supposed to say anything about that because at the end of the day, we're salty because we're not winning as much as them. And mind you, I was at the City game. I was at the City game today because I did a story with him for the City game and everything that, right? And they won against Luton 2-1. Trust me, I was not impressed. Not impressed. Not impressed with City.
Yes. JC, let's hit some comments and we'll talk about the goals that we did concede.
Yeah, the comments are flying today, so I'm only going to hit a couple. Big up yourself, Cody. Who do you think we play in midfield? Jara get a sniff or Hughes and Richards? Does França get subbed in the next game at one of the winger positions since Ayew is out? I think we have to know who's injured and how badly. Because if the rumors are true that Lerma's got a hamstring, yeah, then we are in big trouble. Then Jara's going to have to play, isn't it? That midfield is going to be dead.
What about Eze? What's Eze? Is he still injured?
Injured as well. França is never getting a game for us, so there's no point in even talking about him. We've got more chance of a Hamada starting on the right, but I think it's tough. I think we have to know who's injured, get a bit more information. But one thing I did see is that because the referee was so card happy that the FA have issued Palace a 25 grand fine, which is just just rubbing more salt in the wounds. Really.
Was that for Roy Hodgson?
Because of the amount of yellow cards that Palace received 8 yellow cards against Liverpool, and I'd say half of them are unjust as well. I don't know if you agree, Rich, but I think that's just a bit of a rubbing of salt in the wounds.
Yeah, I think some of
well.
real. Like Anderson's one was definitely yellow.
I get Ando. I probably get Roy because he must have been cussing someone.
I think Lerma was a drag back, but he got dragged back first before he dragged. It was a bit weird, but that's a drag back is yellow.
But Wardy got one early on. I think that's fine because he wiped out Diaz, didn't they?
Yeah, and to be fair, with Wardy's one, let's just say Salah missed this opportunity. I think he would have been sent off because he.
Wardy would have been gone if Salah didn't scored.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chairman here said, "Big up the TV stars. One of the only upsides of that day." Tim saying, "Good to see. Yeah, it's a hard one to take. Yeah, it's definitely a robbery. Definitely a robbery. We need to raise our game against the smaller teams.
Yeah,
granted. Let me go down a bit.
You need, you know what you need? Sorry to cut across you from that. You need a manager at the day who's not afraid at the day to take risks on the pitch.
That's all it is.
You
That
know what
is
I mean?
all it is.
When it's not working out, and then you need a manager at the day who's gonna say, look, take a risk and change it up and day to get the best out of the game. Because really and truly, and day, look, IU at the day is an attacking player. Yes, he's an attacking player. You know what I mean? All you needed to do at the end of the day is like just take off one of the other attackers at the end of the day and bring on like a defender, destroy it up. Just say, look, we're gonna shut you out, Liverpool. We're literally gonna shut you out and we're gonna defend for our lives. And you may have probably got out with a point, or you may have sort of like got out with 3 points. You know what I mean? You just got to have a manager at the end of the day that sort of like, because we talked about this the other day where Roy Hodgson's that sort of manager at the end of the day. He's got this plan of what he wants to do, but when that plan goes wrong, there's nothing beyond that plan. You know what I mean? To actually get the points and everything like that. And I think that's going to be the biggest problem with Roy Hodgson is that he hasn't got nothing beyond that plan, like a plan B, C, or D. Do you know what I mean? You know, I think that's the problem. But like, you know, because not me funny in that, there's a lot of players in your squad and that I do rate. You know what I mean? I told you this the other day. You know, I do rate a lot of players in your team and everything like that. I just don't think at the end of the day Roy Hodgson is getting the best out of them that he can get. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion still. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we've covered the Salah goal. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate on Klein, but like I said, had it not gone in, it would have been a penalty to Liverpool anyway. Because Curtis Jones got clattered by Ward. And I think Ward would have got his second yellow card as well.
I thought that was been a straight red because he proper scissor kicked him, didn't he?
Yeah, it was bad actually, you know, when you look at it. It was a bad challenge. And then I think the Harvey Elliott one, when he came on, I was like, oh crap, because you know what? He's just so direct. You know, whenever I've seen him play, he's been very, very direct. And Mateta just made one slight mistake. He tried to read the pass to Konate. And in my head, I'm thinking, you want that ball to go to Konate, you know? So obviously he's gone over to Konate's side and Harvey Elliott's like, oh, cheers, I'll just take it through that gap then instead. Harvey Elliott's, he's the bigger danger of the two. Yeah, you understand? So that's where Mateta made a bit of a mistake. Also, well, to be fair, Ray Matthews has come out and said he was onside.
Right.
Because it was like, this ain't in the corner, you know? Decent strike from Harvey, but it just wasn't in the corner. But he did say he was onside, so I guess we can cut him a little bit of slack. But it's just like, oh, that could have been saved, you know?
First Premiership game, wasn't it? That's his first Premiership, goalkeeper's first Premiership.
Yeah. First couple of minutes as well, you know, which that's another problem in itself. And remember I told you, Rods, about our board being just inept.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I think we've got what 12 injuries again now. We've got maybe not 12, but the problem is our injuries are all to key players.
That's
it is so bad.
Decore.
Is there anything else you want to add to this, JC, or other than that, I'll just drop the link?
So Decore, Jez, Holding, Henderson, Eze, Ayew, Mitchell, Johnstone, Edward, Lerma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 injuries, but 1,
how many
2,
first teamers?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10 are first teamers. So basically, our whole squad is gone. Our whole first team is gone.
That is peak, man. That is peak. That is proper peak, man. Listen,
by the end of those 5 games that we've got, I think we're in the relegation zone.
No, listen.
I think if we get to that Sheffield United game and we're somehow not in the relegation zone, we've pulled off a miracle. We've pulled off a miracle.
Listen, you know what it is.
Then even from now to the end of the season, we haven't actually got a good run. It's like
it's still
a decent
hard,
game and then a big 6, decent big 6. So,
you know what it is. This is how you should be thinking. Yeah, right. The team at the day is capable of getting results, and for that, you have to take each game at the day as a game basis, one game at a time. Because not me if I didn't. Saturday, all right. I know Saturday you didn't get the points, but Saturday you and I wasn't expecting Crystal Palace to play so well. Yeah,
It was our best performance of the season, I would say.
yeah. It was a good performance. Even I had to come back and say, "Fuck," do you know what I mean? But like it was a good performance. So if I know you got these injuries, yeah. But sometimes at the day, right, teams are really good and teams really fight when their back's against the wall. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So really and truly, you just got to go out there and believe at the day you get the players got to go out there and believe they're going to get the points at the day because it's not impossible. Because what I saw today and I think that with Man City and Luton, yeah, right. Man City was lucky to get out with the 3 points because the first half and everything that they was getting outplayed by Luton. I'm telling you, they was getting outplayed. Yeah, you know what I mean. So if you can take that kind of like the performance at the day that you did in the first half against Liverpool, yeah. If you can take that into other games at the day, like your Sheffield United, like this team and that team and everything that right, yeah, and just sort of like stick to it. You never know what can happen. You literally never know what can happen in there. So the relegation, this relegation thing, if I were you guys, I wouldn't even be thinking about that now. I'd be thinking about that getting up that table by any means possible. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as I said, you've got the team to do it. And I literally, I'm not saying this to sort of like, to beg friend in the day. I actually do rate your squad. You have got some good players in your squad. You've got some players in the squad that I wouldn't mind in my squad. I'm telling you. The likes of Eze, the likes of like Elise, Decore, and then Mande. Even like Mateta. I would have him in my squad. What? A big target man to lick the ball to when Virgil van Dijk hits all the balls over. Are you mad? Listen. You know what I mean? So, I think you have got a good core of players there. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. You've got good core players.
So I put that comment up from Tom. I'm still right out, by the way. We need someone more progressive. I'm sorry, and someone who's going to trust our youth, because I mean, listen, with all those injuries, yeah, we're still going to have like Gyro, Schlupp, Hughes.
We're still not going to play any of the kids either.
I'll try to help you here, mate. You know what I mean?
I know you are, but if
Mitch is right here, we got a better injured 11.
Yeah, if we don't see any minutes for França and or Hamada against City, and I'm talking about half an hour-ish, then just forget it for the rest of the season. Just forget it. It's not happening.
I don't understand. I am.
1 minute.
Here we go.
1 second. Yeah.
How you doing, lads?
Pain. Well, did I hear that? Did you really say you wanted Mateta?
Henry's trying to broker a deal.
Oh, I just heard that. Yeah.
Don't you man rate him?
Damn.
Take him.
No, but I'm just saying that. Listen, maybe it's just me, but I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I think it's just you.
There's certain players in the squad that I rate. You know what I mean?
Most of us wouldn't even take him at Palace.
Huh?
Most of us wouldn't even take him at Palace. I mean, he had a good game, but usually he's rubbish.
I think he plays Liverpool well, though. A few times I've seen him play well.
I think
you
Klopp would
guys
take one look at him and chuck him in the bin, just like Benteke's. That's why we got Benteke. Klopp didn't fancy him.
No, he fell out with Klopp.
Yeah, because Klopp thought he was crap. Probably why.
Where is he? Where's Benteke now?
I think he's in the MLS.
DC United. Yeah,
DC United,
he's in the US.
I'm on one goal he scored against Man United. That's probably the best thing.
Yeah, the overhead kick. Yeah.
Yeah, best ever been done.
Oh yeah, that's a shot.
Yeah, we saw him in a boot and on crutches after the game.
Yeah, Richards
So,
is going to be out.
Our midfield three pretty
It's
much
not even
picks
on the
itself at this point, isn't it? It's going to be Riedeveld, Schlupp, and Hughes because that's literally our only
You know what?
midfielders, isn't it?
It
Apart
might
from
be
Francis.
Ozil, you
play
know?
a decent amount.
Ozo too, yeah, but he's not.
It
I
might
don't
be
think he's
Ozil.
going to
It might be, but you know it won't be. That's the problem.
Roy chucking in a youngster in a game like this it's about as likely as, I don't know, like Jimmy Hendrix.
When you do
Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Well, we're one injury away from having to do that because you literally listed outside of Tompkins everybody else that we have that's now a youngster.
We pretty much got injured starting 11.
The sad thing is that even what's his name, Rob Holding, who hasn't even played for us in the Premier League, played once in the League Cup.
Right.
Even he is injured. If we wanted to play him,
Right.
Yeah, we've had 2 players that have gotten injured that have never played in the Premier League. Yeah, for us.
I mean, Chris Richards playing in midfield is a push in itself because he's not a midfielder.
Right.
So
I think he did okay yesterday, though.
No, I think he did all right, but I'm just saying,
like, of all the
throwing
games
him
he
in
played
there,
in
like,
midfield, that was
it's not ideal. No one wants it to. I don't think even Roy wants to do it. I just think he thinks he's got no choice. And then, so but to have
he's
him
in the
out as well-
flesh. I've been talking to you.
Oh, here he
Jamie.
is.
How's it going?
How's it
All
going,
good.
JB? Long time. How's the family?
Long time, Rich. How you been, mate?
Oh, not too bad. Family good?
Yeah, family's good, man. Family's good. Family's good. I'm just trying to understand the robbery thing. I still don't get it.
Oh my god. What is there
Oh,
not to understand, man?
Right.
Because I'm
Seriously.
a grown up and I don't
I think
understand
it's the
robbery in football.
semantics of the word robbery.
No,
It
it's
was
So,
biased.
so what I
accurate
see
word.
from the game is that Palace played extremely well. So big up the Palace in the first place. Secondly, you got a penalty, which was the correct decision. Even if it took 2 minutes to come to that decision, it was still the correct decision, right? The other penalty weren't a penalty because Endo got fouled. Correct decision.
No.
What do you mean,
I
no?
agree with that.
I mean,
what
no.
do you mean?
That's complete
So hang on,
bollocks.
Henry. In your definition, are you allowed to go through a player to win the ball?
On both
Because that's
sides
what he did.
too.
No, but he didn't go through
Literally
him.
gets both
Hang on,
sides
so
of it.
Henry, again, let me just put this in layman's
No, wait,
terms.
Endo was going
What's
down.
the difference between the foul on Endo and the foul Virgil did? Because there's no difference.
There is a difference. There's a clear
They
difference.
both go through the
Virgil-
player to
Virgil
win
van
the
Dijk
ball.
Van Dijk clearly fouls Edward.
And Endo
and
got clearly fouled as well.
Endo was
You're the
on
only
his way
person I
down
know in the
before
whole of
Hughes
Europe
made
that thinks
contact.
this. So
If that
I
was on
don't
the
know
other
any
foot,
other fan.
are you really saying that if
No,
if
'cause
that
I'm
was
not
on the other
Steve.
foot?
I'm not stupid. It's a foul.
No,
you can't
it's
go
not a
through a
foul.
player.
Tim and I
Alright,
agree.
so-
It's a
When was
foul,
you
I
born?
think.
2007.
Are you
What are
saying?
you chatting
you
about?
saying? Yeah. Are you saying that if Liverpool
The
had
rules of the
ball
game, you can't go through a player
right?
to win the ball. Even
you-
if you win the ball, it's the rules of the game, my friend.
No,
Even if you win the
don't know
ball,
the rules of
you
the game,
can't
clearly.
go through a player to win the ball. It's a
He
foul.
didn't go through the player though.
It's the right, right. Because obviously you had your glasses off at the time, right? If Endo's here, yeah. If Endo's here, right, and your player's here, and he goes through him to win the ball, what do you think that means? He weren't next to him or in
He
front
almost
of him.
scissored
Endo was
around
shielding
him.
the
Right.
ball.
So
Very
what?
hard.
Everyone else who's the people on TV and most of the
Yeah,
people,
people on TV
are
said
they
it was a
all
foul
wrong
as
then?
well, my
Are they
friend.
all wrong to say what
You
they
were
said
probably
then?
at the game. I wasn't at the game, so
Yeah, I
was
was at
watching
the
it.
game. I've seen it on.
So
I've
the
seen it on
pundits-
replays as well.
So let me
It's
tell
not
you
a
now,
foul.
the pundits in the game, the people doing commentary, all said it was a foul.
No, they didn't.
Okay? Yes, they
They
did.
didn't.
Because I was watching it live, my friend, on the box. You was at the game. So I can tell you right now,
Said it
was a foul.
Yeah.
It was a heavily debated decision, right?
So,
It's not. It's
so
not.
you're allowed to tackle from behind, are you? Are you allowed to tackle from
Well,
behind?
if you get the ball, why the fuck not?
He didn't get the ball. He didn't touch the ball. So
I
are you
think-
allowed to tackle from behind?
I think the thing that we're
No, you're
we're
not.
all more
You're not.
upset about
And
is
the
the fact
point
that
is
you
that
guys,
you're not listening to, right?
Henry,
Is that-
shush.
No, I'm listening. I'm just not silly.
Sorry.
Go for it, JC.
So I think the thing that we're all upset about is the fact that I agree with Henry. I think that he was already on the way down and he tried to handball it and he messed it up, and then they took many
It was a
times,
foul.
21 times to
carry
rewatch it to
It's
find a way
pretty
to
bad.
disallow it.
That's
And
pretty
VAR is for clear and obvious errors. And if
No,
they had to watch it that many times, in my opinion, it doesn't make it
Yeah.
clear and obvious.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that we're more upset about is the fact that everything's gone in your favour. The fact that there's been hardly any yellow cards dished out to you, but just dished out willy nilly to us.
You
The
had
fact
3
that
more than us.
the fact that
Endo not
Konate,
getting
the
yellows.
fact that
Football is
Konate
one
made
player.
that same foul 3 times in
Yeah, the
3
refs are shit.
minutes and
You're
still
right.
didn't
You agree with you.
and still
agree
didn't
with you.
even
The
get a
refs-
yellow card. It's just inconsistent and it's just
I agree.
blatant big
I
team
agree.
bias.
I agree. Well, it ain't big
9
team
yellow
bias
cards.
because the
It is.
biggest robbery in the biggest robbery in the Premier League this season came from Liverpool against
Oh, I
Tottenham.
knew you were going to say that, the Tottenham one.
Well, hang on, Henry. I'm
Both
sorry,
teams
my
are
friend.
big
No,
To
you're
be fair,
right
that wasn't a
about
robbery.
that.
No.
You're right about that.
I think
won't
even
disagree
Rich, JC, Tim, and Alex will
No,
admit
you
that is
don't.
the
You don't
biggest
need to
robbery.
contest that one
this
with me,
season.
mate, because I agree with that. Was
Yeah,
a
that and the City one.
That is the biggest robbery. So everyone's getting it, is what I'm saying. The refs are terrible. We have the best league in the world with Vauxhall Conference referees. It's just the way it is, right?
We have got the
I
refs in the
agree
league.
with JC, actually. The referees were crap. They
Yeah,
can't keep
they
giving
were.
fouls, cards for a Palace player for the same foul Liverpool players doing. I agree with JC on that, right? I do agree with JC on that. I absolutely agree with him 100%. Where I disagree, the Endo foul was a foul. We can agree to disagree with that. That's fine. I think it's such a thing that some teams, some refs would not give it a foul, some refs will give it a foul. And I don't think people would argue much about it. So I'm fine with that, right? But with JC, the refs are terrible, yeah, and I agree with you there. The fact I just don't think it was a robbery because I think Palace played bloody well, and if it weren't for Alisson in goal, you would have got a point. You know,
Well, there's no question about that, Jamie.
The goal
If
came 90 seconds.
Yeah,
the
but
goal
that's
came
not
90
really
seconds after the red card,
the
so you
talk
can't
about.
really put that into that.
But we're
that
all
what
talking
are the
about the
arguments?
red card. Without the red card,
Yeah.
I think
we
without
I
the
think
red,
we see it
I'm
out.
not being horrible.
without
I'm not
the
being
red,
horrible. Liverpool
we
probably
definitely
win
get
anyway.
a point. Without the red, we 100% get a point, and potentially we maybe even see it out for all 3.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
because
that's
the
the
red
thing. Can I just super quickly here? Let me make this point because it's really important. I don't want it to seem like the numbers justify the narrative because they don't. Liverpool got two cards. You got one on 99 minutes. That's the only one that was given for a tackle. That's Gomez. Then you have Diaz for time wasting at the very end of the game. The rest of the game, it was Madley giving out for the most part, very similar fouls. We got cards. Liverpool didn't get cards. And the issue I've got, I don't disagree with you at all on the, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, Henry, but I don't disagree about the Endo foul. You could chalk that off. I think the penalties were called correctly. That's the issue. And Madley has a choice on something that isn't yet a break. We all agree that it's a foul. He doesn't have to give that second yellow. When he does, he changes the game
I think
for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
He
but-
fundamentally changes the game.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, hear what I'm saying, and say it quick, right? When you're on a yellow card, you got a yellow card at the day for obstruction, yeah, for the first one in the day, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Right.
I think that's
That's
fine.
Right, that's fine. We know about that. That's fine. Yeah,
Yep.
We're back that way. But what I'm saying is that the day, right? When you're on a yellow card, do not give the referee
totally
any excuse.
We fundamentally agree on this.
You can't-
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you on this. IU can't put himself in that position.
Henry,
Absolutely.
I mean, you may disagree. You may
Like,
disagree at the day.
Let
right?
me please
No,
let
let me just say something. You may disagree.
Yeah. Please
with the
let me
yellow card, with the
let me
yellow
offer
card.
my thoughts on this, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give you.
If we are really at the stage,
Henry, let Rods finish, and then
Yeah,
you're
go
going to.
for it, man.
I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to bring you because I'm going to be really short. What I'm trying to say to you, right, is that I get at the end of the day you disagree with the yellow card. I get that. I totally get that. And that because if turn it around and everything, that I probably would have disagreed with that yellow card. But I'll also be saying in the day, do not put yourself in that position in the day where they can give you a yellow card. You don't put yourself in that position, right? You don't get a yellow card. It's simple. And then we won't be talking about a yellow card now. We're just talking about the first yellow card that he got, which he should have got. And that'll be it. We won't be talking about a contentious second yellow card. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
I hear you. I get what you're saying.
Don't put yourself in that position.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I hear your point. But I just think that if we're really at that stage now where players are having to withdraw to back off from challenges just because they're scared that the referee is going to make the wrong decision, then I think the game is completely just gone. Like it's just, and that ruins the spectacle of
game's
football.
been gone for a while.
We know that.
No,
for a long
no,
time.
but to a new
That was
level.
Roy's interview, Henry. That's what he said.
Yeah, no, but he's right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, but to a whole nother level. I mean, imagine how like deflating it must be for a coach, right? If you're having to tell your players you're already on a yellow, don't go near this guy, because if you even so much as breathe on him, you could get a second yellow and go off. And as a player, your responsibility as a player, right, is to track back, especially Ayew, who has a massive defensive contribution to his game. His responsibility: track back, defend Liverpool's breaks, right? How can he do that
You just
if
called it
he's
a break.
afraid to
Tactical
make
foul,
challenges to get sent off because he didn't get sent off? You're stopping the
I-
players from
I actually
actually
agree
being
with
able
you,
to
Ray.
do their jobs. That's my.
And
that's
I
my
agree.
opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with Henry. I absolutely agree. I do agree with Henry there.
And
You
that
know,
is the sad state of it right now.
I know
But
it's
this is
sad, but that's
refereeing.
the way the
This is
game is.
refereeing for every team, though, ain't it? Like, look, Liverpool had it. Everyone's had it. Like Jota got sent off against Tottenham for absolutely nothing, and Ayew got sent off for absolutely nothing. I think the first one was a yellow card because it's in the rules of the game. That's always
Sure.
a booking. The second one for me is not enough of a foul to give a yellow card. So I do agree with that. I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing. I'm not
That's
disagreeing with
the
that
only
point
issue we
at
have.
all.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I-
And I'm not
That's
disagreeing with
what-
that point at all.
Yeah.
Referees are terrible, man. Referees are terrible. I just don't think. I've said this for a while now. Referees and the people in the VAR should not be friends or know each other. They should be an independent body. In my opinion, the VAR should be an independent body that doesn't care if they overrule a referee because they ain't their mates on the pitch or anything like that. Something needs to be done for the officials in this country. I just didn't see. All I'm saying in my whole thing, I just didn't see a robbery, in my opinion. As I say, Palace are a credit to you guys. I think they played really well. As I said, if it weren't for Alisson Becker, if Queven Kelleher was playing this game, I think you guys probably would have won it still 3-2 because of the chances you had at the end of the game. It's just that we got the best keeper in the world who kept us in these games, and
He was pretty impressive.
I just
for
think
sure.
so. That's why I don't think it was a robbery. It's just that if Queven Kelleher was playing, you guys would have won 3-2.
Yeah, but he wasn't though. And the fact is that the robbery is the decision to send Ayew off.
Yeah, that's the bit that's the grievance.
I don't think
Because
it changed the game. I honestly think Liverpool would still won that game anyway, probably.
Well, okay,
That's
well,
what we do.
agree to
That's what we
disagree.
do. That's what we do.
Agree to differ.
Because I don't think
you
I don't
are a
think
good
equaliser-
side, but up until that point, you had 0 shots on target.
Yeah, but I don't think the equaliser had anything to do with the red card because it was too
It
quick.
did
after.
because we sat back. Immediately
not
after the red
90
card, we
seconds,
sat
not
back.
90 seconds.
Are you an attacker? Is Ayew an attacker or defender?
He is an attacker.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, but his
I-
defensive output is phenomenal.
Ayew would have
Yeah,
been in the
what I'm trying
space
to
that
say-
Harvey Elliott ran into for his goal, and also
Yeah.
he probably would have been. I wouldn't say he would have stopped Salah's goal, but there would have been another body in the box.
Right.
Are you-
And
I
you see on that goal with that
We
Richards
were
puts
attacking
his-
quite a bit actually after we
Yeah.
scored 2. So
Yeah.
It was a clock master stroke by taking Endo off. Endo off. I tell you why.
oh, yeah, Endo was dreadful.
I
Endo's
tell you why.
crap.
I don't
He's
think
out of
Endo
his
was
depth
actually
with
that bad.
Big time.
I don't think Endo was actually that bad in the game. What I think the master stroke was, as soon as we took Wataru Endo off, you guys came onto us a lot more than before Endo was on, and you started to come onto us a lot more. And that's why I put Trent in the midfield, because it takes a defensive midfielder out the team. You guys come onto us a lot more, and it starts to leave gaps in behind. I thought it was a tactical, great bit of play by Jurgen in that game, I've got to admit. And then all our substitutions worked as well. So, yeah, it was I think Palace, as I keep saying, I think Palace were very, very good. I just don't.
yeah, you were lucky to win that
don't
game.
believe it. I just don't believe it was
I mean,
a robbery.
so-
I get
Let's
a
not
word
forget
in.
as
Right.
well.
So once again, guys, once again, we haven't actually had Alex, fair play. You've been sitting there very patiently. You've not said anything just yet.
No, I haven't
Give
been
us- give us your
patient. I
thoughts.
apologize. What's up?
Give us your thoughts.
Okay, so I just had a few things like on the Ayew thing, just to keep it like right with what you guys are saying. Nobody on the pitch reacts as if it was possibly a yellow card, and the way that
No.
it normally works is if Liverpool knows that he's on a yellow and he makes a challenge that could be that, Van Dijk's going right to the ref. They're stopping the game and they're trying to plead their case. It goes on, and then like 5 seconds later, it's like Andy Madley's like, "Oh, there's the yellow." Like everybody was caught by surprise on that, so that was surprising. I still think it was probably a tactical foul because we had nobody on the right side. It would have been an easy transition for the right back, but I don't know. I didn't like the call. I thought that, I thought that Allison saved it with his face, honestly, the Lerma shot. I don't think he really saves it. I think Lerma just shoots it a little too close to him, and he shoots it so hard it goes through his hands. So I don't think it was,
looking back at
great
it,
positioning.
I don't want to discredit Alisson's save because it was phenomenal, but Lerma
Yeah.
really could have done better.
Yes, that's the issue.
Back at it, yeah.
The build-up play
It
was
was a
good.
one-time shot, so it's not easy, but yeah, he should have found a better spot. Yeah.
The build-up play was really good. The build-up play for the shot was really good. That's what I'm saying that day. Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace, they did play well. They did play well throughout
And
the
we
game.
haven't been playing like that all year, honestly.
And then we play Liverpool and turn up.
But I think that's what I think at the day, sort of like just like the running that you got coming in and stuff. Do you know what I mean? To say it.
But the problem is with the City game is that we're so short of player. We don't even have Ayew because he's suspended. So I mean, I'm looking at that our front three and thinking, who the hell are we gonna do? I mean, are we gonna just put Mateta and Edouard up there and then who else?
Like,
you can't have Edouard up there. He's injured.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So it's going to be Mateta
and Elise.
Elise, and then who else?
And Schlupp.
Yeah, Schlupp on the left.
But Schlupp normally is in the midfield, so
I know, but
Schlupp's gonna have to be on the left.
I mean, it's a game that's a game that should be youth. There should be a lot of youth in this game, but there won't be.
He might as well, but he won't.
I know.
If Franco doesn't play this game, I don't think he ever will, honestly. Because
Franco's not playing in football.
Maybe not until we're like safer, I guess. I don't know.
Not until Roy's gone. He ain't playing.
But can I just say, right? It's incredible that we nearly actually salvaged a point from Anderson's header at the end.
He was offside.
Was he offside?
Yeah,
by the smallest of margins, maybe.
He was offside. If you watch it back, that he was offside. So if it went in, it wouldn't matter.
Just Palace's luck that Alisson actually returned for this game. Why us?
Exactly. It's just so
That's true.
Let me get
the Palace way. That's why.
That is typical Palace. That's true.
You know what? I was talking to JC at the ground, and I was like, the only hope we've got is the fact that Kelleher's in goal. And then he goes, no, Alisson's starting. I'm like, what?
And I showed him the lineup and he was fuming.
FPL is like, should you pick up Kelleher this week? It's like, I guess not.
Guys, we'll leave it there. Like, it was an interesting debate. I think, obviously, we were going to feel hard done by. Liverpool are thinking, boy,
hard done by.
Like, we've dodged a bullet here, but you know what? I guess it's that saying with that, what you call it? It's the making of champions. Like, you win these sort of games. You know, you just find a way.
Great teams find a way. Great teams find a way.
Liverpool won't win the league.
If
Liverpool win the league, I'll do a forfeit.
What's that? What if I
What you want to do?
You guys choose the forfeit, but I'm so confident Liverpool won't win.
It has to be Liverpool related then. Sing the whole of You Will Never Walk Alone.
If Liverpool win the league,
should win the league this year.
I will sing the whole of You'll Never Walk Alone because I am that.
No. You got to dress up in a tutu and walk around. Walk outside Anfield and say, "I'm a loser. I said that Liverpool not going to win the league and they won the league." Do like that guy. What's that guy from Soccer AM did? The guy.
Tubes.
No. The guy from Soccer AM. He was one of the presenters. Tim Lovejoy.
Tim Lovejoy. Yeah.
Yeah. When we had a game against Chelsea in the FA Cup, and he said, Chelsea gonna smash him and this and that, and he had to do a forfeit, and his forfeit worked.
I'm telling you, Liverpool
can have
are
Oxford
not winning this league. They are there by luck. They are not there by merit.
Nah, man.
Oh, don't do that. Come on, you're doing all right till you did that.
Henry, you're supposed to be my brethren in there. You know,
How
man.
many
You're right till you
lucky
did that.
decisions have you guys got? Liverpool. No,
No,
Right,
man.
hang on, Rich. Let me just go because look.
no, screw
No,
Liverpool.
I don't get this
You're brethren.
Liverpool crap because
And Jurgen Klopp
everyone
needs to
gets
take a chill pill
decisions.
too.
Everyone,
What's he doing on
everyone
that
in this
touchline?
Premier League, everyone in this Premier League gets decisions. Are we all? I
Not
think
as
we're
many
all.
as Liverpool, mate.
I don't think we've
Nah,
got
nah,
one.
nah.
Henry, I just
Henry's
think it.
violated.
See, I like having. I want to have a mature debate here. Henry, what decisions have Liverpool benefited from this season? Just let me know, and then I'll tell you back all the other teams that have benefited from bad decisions this season. All
Just
teams
before
have
you answer
benefited.
that, Henry, sorry,
All teams
Jamie,
have benefited.
how did Jurgen Klopp get it so that Darren England doesn't ref you anymore? Because we need to do something as well.
Well, you got to complain to the PGMO. Like Liverpool
Right,
tried
cool.
to tell. By the way,
Let's start.
Liverpool tried to tell you all this after that Tottenham game, where
that.
we tried to tell the world about this and get you all on board. Everyone went tribal and went, no, we ain't doing that. You just got to take
To be fair, Darren England has wronged so many.
What Liverpool fans got told is, oh, it happens to everyone. Get on with it. And as soon as that finished, and then everyone's there moaning. So everyone gets bad calls. Everyone gets terrible VAR. It's just the way it is. Look, you're talking about Liverpool shouldn't win the league. We shouldn't win the league. This is our turnaround season.
No, they shouldn't. They won't. They just won't.
And this, by the way, if the biggest controversy in VAR history didn't happen in the Liverpool Tottenham game, Liverpool probably be clear at the top of the league.
No one asked that question though. No one said that.
So
no one said
I'm
it was
just
the
saying,
biggest disgrace ever. It's just still a disgrace nonetheless.
So listen,
what I'm just saying, you can't say Liverpool then when Liverpool had the biggest disgrace against them by VAR.
No, they always get the decisions, man.
No, Henry, you're violating.
Everything.
Just like Man U with the Fergie
No, you're
days.
violating, brother. You're violating.
So does everything.
No, I'm
so
speaking.
does every team in the Premier
Everyone
League.
thinks it. It's the truth.
No, listen. This you can think it, but doesn't mean it's actually right.
No, it is true.
You know,
If I
2
had
years
the
ago,
time to go back on
You know
my
what?
phone
You know what we'll
and look
do.
at all the
You know what
games,
we'll do.
all the
Leicester
decisions,
had the most VAR decisions last year. by the way.
Leicester.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen,
Leicester.
Henry, 1 second.
Yeah.
You know what
Are
we'll
you
do?
mad?
Yeah?
Henry, I'm muting Henry. I can't.
Right. We're approaching the hour mark. Obviously, it's a Sunday evening. Everyone wants to just get going.
Yeah.
What we will do? Listen, Jamie. When it's a reverse fixture, get Henry on as a guest. Rod, do the same. You look can debate there properly because I can tell there's some tension, and it will make some great content to watch you two go at it. But honestly, listen, seriously, to the Liverpool guys, thank you for obviously jumping on. Good luck for the rest of the season. Obviously, we're still.
You guys, you'll be fine.
Listen, good luck. Good luck to listen. I said there's players in your team that are highly rated anyway. And listen, I wish Crystal Palace all the best for the rest of the season. All the best. And I hope you don't finish at the wrong end of the table, but the right end of the table. I wish
get rid of Roy. Stop playing anti-football. And
there we go. That's the main gist of it all.
It's a good man,
No, absolutely.
Yeah, by the way, Roy, after his interview, when Roy said after his interview, by the way, no one will fucking miss Roy Hodgson. I know that.
Roz, where can they find you?
Listen. God bless you guys for getting me the challenges this evening. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Obviously, big up the whole of the Eagle Eyes football crew. Big up all of you guys. You know what I mean? Good guys and that. Do you know what I mean? Listen, you can find me on Handful Uncle Rods, okay, on YouTube. I do a lot of football content and not just related to Liverpool. I try and branch out and do some stuff with other content creators which are support other teams. Find me on there, find me on Instagram, Handful Uncle Rods, and also on Twitter. And guys, please like and subscribe to Eagle Eye Football. Trust me, like and subscribe to these guys because these guys work extremely hard and they put out some great content. So please like and subscribe to their channel. Please do.
Cheers, man.
You're welcome.
Yeah, big up. Big up to Henry, by the way. Passionate Palace fan. I love to see it. You know, even if he is wrong. But big up to Henry, great guy. No, I like debating with passionate football people, and that's what Henry is, and I respect it 100%. And I'm not even joking there. Respect it 100%. Big up the Eagle Eye crew, because this is a great Crystal Palace community. More Palace fans should be subscribing to this channel, guys. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Go and subscribe to these beautiful people. Rich is a great guy. JC's JC. Big up to everyone. Thank you very much. That's where.
Pagan.
You're so wrong.
And he's out.
Pagan.
JC is
Listen, big up JC for the Jamaican flag, man. Big up yourself, brother.
As always, man.
You've done another thing, brother. You see it.
Yeah, big up Henry, big up Tim. We all know Alex as well. All you guys are regulars on the channel.
Jay, what did you do to JC? Like, or what did JC do to you?
Mm-hmm.
I think JC one of a kind. One of a kind.
Oh, nice save. Nice save.
I like JC. I've got no problem with JC. That's what I'm saying. JC's a great guy.
No, it was just funny the way you said it.
There's only one JC. I love JC. I love his. I love. Do you know what? I will say this. I watch Eagle Eye all the time. Might not be in the comments, and I watch JC do the interviews outside the stadiums and stuff like that. I think JC's a great guy. He's a great cat. Nothing wrong with it, bro.
I appreciate that.
You can stop blushing now, JC.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Liverpool match reaction. Codename Robbery.
Just before we go, JC, 1 second before we go. I promise you, if we don't see any of the youngsters against City, despite of our injury crisis, we're going live. If I'll find the time, we're gonna have to talk about it because it'll be scandalous. But anyway, go.
What? So we're going live an hour before kickoff, yeah? No youngsters, yeah?
You mean when the lineups are announced, Rich?
No,
So,
after the game, if we find out that
Oh,
none of
after the
youngsters
game.
have played, yeah, we're gonna have to
Okay.
talk about it.
All right.
Well, wait, it's at the Etihad, right?
Yeah.
I'm going as well.
Lucky you.
Pray
Well,
for me, guys.
Potentially, if I've got time, and if you've got time, we can maybe do a watch along here, and then we could cuss then. So,
Could be that, yeah.
guys,
I might have a match though, so we'll see.
all right, well, we'll see in it. If you do, then we'll go live straight after. But guys, this is the Liverpool match reaction with the title of Robbery. Up the butters. You go.
You go.